This is a machine, and it's quite small, but it's not the size that we're looking for. No, we want something much, much smaller. Small enough to go into your bloodstream. Now imagine that it's like a little doctor. It goes into your bloodstream and it finally finds the bacteria for the fever that's been bothering you all this time. Traditional medicine hasn't worked, but the machine had. How is that possible? Well, first of all, the issue with medication, traditional medicine specifically, is that it's often imprecise. It isn't very soluble, so doctors often hesitate to prescribe you antibiotics because they're very broad spectrum. It's like carpet bombing your immune system. They may or may not kill the harmful bacteria. But these tiny machines called nanorobots or nanomachines can be much more precise and effective. So here's the deal. The idea of tiny microscopic machines going through your body has been around since the 1950s. Specifically, it was proposed by Richard Feynman's postgraduate student Alban Hobbes. It appeared in his case study and it noted the idea of a microscopic machine in your body. Now, fast forward a few more decades, the first concepts of a proper design for nanomachines appeared, and in the early 2010s, the University of California, San Diego actually succeeded on making the first prototype for nanorobots entering a living organism. Now, come forth the 2025, a lot more research has been done in this regard. For example, Sohail et al. Notes how uh, these nanomachines can actually be much more effective at fighting diseases. For example, phagocytosis, which is the method in which white blood cells actually kill foreign invaders, it can be 80 times more powerful than that, which is fantastic, mind you. Now, there are a few issues though. At this scale, you're dealing with a lot of random motion. A lot of the times, water molecules, blood cells, they can bump into the machines and cause them to go every which way. And also, you can't really slap on a traditional battery cell to it and expect it to work. You need a new method of locomotion and energy usage. So, how do you go about doing that? Well, for example, Liel Estrada in 2021, her team experimented with acoustics to generate motion. They noted how they could use ultrasound frequencies in order to push against the walls and the molecules around the machine to generate force. Not only that, the standing waves generated by those frequencies would show great promise for biomedicine. It's like having a lab on a chip. It could go around and analyze things into the nanoscale. Not only that, researchers in 2009, Maluk and Sen and their team, tried to model how energy is used in the human body. ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, is basically a chemical group where the phosphate is released when needed by the body and used for energy. Maluk and his team tried to basically mimic that system where they try to release energy by making reactions happen in the body. These reactions happen through catalysts, so they try to mimic that catalytic conversion, so to speak. They took inspiration from Harvard researchers and noted how the metal platinum could be made into strips and attached to the machines, and when they reacted with hydrogen peroxide, that would break up into water molecules. And that would, no, sorry, not water molecules, they would break up into oxygen and water, and this would propel the system. So, in that case, in this sort of system, they killed two birds with one stone. They generated motion without needing a storage unit for energy. They made the energy on their own. Now, ever since then, this field of technology, nanomachines, they provide a lot of potential in the future. And I hope that one day we can use that alongside traditional methods of medicine. And so to speak, be able to fight against antibiotic resistance and all that that keeps on haunting medicine day in and day out. I hope that whoever is watching can also be sort of convinced by my yammering because this field can have a lot of potential and is truly mesmerizing once you get right into the meat of it. So to improve on these designs, not only would you need to have reliability and safety as the forefront, but you'd be able to open up a whole sector where nanomachines can not only be used in medicine but also other fields. You could use it to diagnose diseases, you could use it to eliminate foreign invaders. The possibilities are endless. Thank you.